Hello, this is Evelyn Ackah from Ackah Business Immigration Law. I wanted to share a Christmas miracle with you. My family and I were scheduled to fly to Vancouver from Calgary to spend Christmas with our family. It would have been the first Christmas with our Vancouver extended family since COVID. Since 2019, we were there last. And the morning of December 20th, we were advised that the flight was delayed by 2 hours before we had even left the house. It was no problem. We would arrive 2 hours later than planned at the airport, which we did. WestJet took all of our luggage filled with presents, and we waited to board. Every 30 minutes, the flight was delayed by 30 minutes, then an hour, then 2 hours. And while waiting, we met this lovely British couple and their 11-year-old son sitting across from us in the waiting area who had flown in to Calgary the night before from England, and they had their flight canceled the day before, and they had to book a last-minute hotel room and stay overnight. They had not been back to Canada for 4 or more years for Christmas, and they were desperate to see their family in Vancouver. They had both lost both sets of parents in the last 2 years and only had siblings and extended family in Vancouver. We spent our long wait time talking, laughing, telling jokes while our 11-year-old twins played with their 11-year-old son. It was really a lot of fun. After it was clear that the plane had arrived, but apparently there were no pilots and no flight attendants available, we went to Vinroom, which is actually one of our clients, their great location at the airport in Calgary, with our new friends, and we shared some wine and munchies, and our kids sat at their own table and played video games and ate. By this time, we had been at the airport since 11 a.m. for a 1:30 flight, and it was now 8 p.m. And now the flight was officially canceled, and we had none of our luggage. Our new friends couldn't find a hotel for another night, and by now we were very close friends. They found finally a yucky motel available, but we instead invited them to come and stay in our guest room while we figured out our next move. It felt natural to bring them home with us. We got them in the taxi with us, and we ordered Chinese food and had a great night making plans for the next day. We made a plan before bed, and we realized that we could not rent a van to drive as nothing was available. So we decided to pack a knapsack each, and we pulled up our third row in our car and made our way slowly to Vancouver at 8 a.m. through the snow and ice over the mountains. It was a very cramped ride with tall people and long-legged kids, but we made it after 16 hours of driving. Some of it was quite treacherous. We were determined to make it to Christmas. We sang songs, we told jokes, we shared the story of our lives and how we had met our partners and the journey of becoming parents, and we were best friends by now. Finally, around 11 p.m., we rolled into Vancouver and dropped our friends off at their relatives' home and said a fond farewell and hugged goodbye. We know that they would still have been in Calgary if we had not connected with them and offered to drive them with us to Vancouver. This is a random act of kindness that made us all feel so good and reminded us about the true meaning of Christmas. We also got together for a visit before we left Vancouver, even though we still had never received our luggage, and this became a Christmas miracle we would never forget. We'd like to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, friends for life, and we are planning our UK visit soon. What a great way to start the new year. Take care. Bye-bye.